Ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Thursday, May the 12th, 2022. Appreciate you all tuning in. I'm Chris Phillips, your host of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show as always. I see both Travis and Travis Roel and Travis Allen. What's up, guys? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Also, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, over the TDC Questions channel, be sure your questions are answered there. Again, we got a lot to get into here on this Thursday, and very excited to chat with you all. I most certainly want to hear from you, as again, we've got a ton to discuss. Phil, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, very excited to chat. We are game day eve, I guess you could say, as Gamecocks baseball will take the field yet again tomorrow to take on the Kentucky Wildcats in this weekend series. I would probably say weather pending. I'm not exactly sure if we will play tomorrow just due to the expected weather, I think, that's going to roll through Columbia. So not exactly sure yet. But either way, appreciate you all tuning in, guys. Thank you all so much again for the love of sport. Been a fantastic week. I hope you're having a great Thursday. Brennan M., what's going on? Appreciate you. Travis Allen says big series. Yeah, I guess for those who still care, it is a big series. I know there's not many of us left. I think the postseason odds are over. I think the postseason odds are done. But either way, whatever. It is what it is. Anyways, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. I do want to hear from you guys. As you can see, obviously, we are not doing the Road to Glory series in this time slot like I had said we would earlier in the week. And the reason for that, I just had a realization. I was like, you know what? I really like the Daily Crow for what it is. I really like this content. And having this time as an opportunity to chat with you all and really feel like it's an open forum and you guys can call in and, leave your thoughts and your opinions. Because this time, really, guys, this 2 hours, it's really for you all. It really is. When I first started the Daily Crow, I said to myself, I was like, because I'm someone that, we make adjustments very quickly, and I embrace failure because I think every failure gets you closer to a success. But when we first started the Daily Crow, I told myself, hey, like if it's just me rambling for 2 hours and people aren't commenting and people aren't calling in, like I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? Because I already do the podcast. I don't want to talk to myself for 2 hours. Like I already talk way too much as it is. So I was like, you know what? If it's just me chatting, then this isn't necessary. It's not valuable content at that point. So this 2 hours is really for you all. I mean, to call in and of course I give my feedback and the beauties and the banter and all that good stuff, but I really do enjoy when we have a show noon to 2 that is just like wire to wire with calls. That's it. But either way, again, I do want to hear from you all. A little bit of a slower Thursday, but still, things going on, obviously. Some interesting quotes from Shane Beamer. And, of course, we're in the midst of recruiting and all that good stuff. Either way, though, again, whatever you guys want to discuss, whatever you want to talk about, would love to hear from you all. Let's see. Travis says TDC is definitely ritual. I think it's a staple. Yeah, no doubt for sure, man. I'd love to. How many hours have we put in at this point in the Daily Crow? It's been a good bit. By the way, how about the throwback? The throwback shirt, the US 3. Who remembers these? The Forever to 3, the Ryan Holinsky edition T-shirts. We had these on sale at Palmetto Moon. We've also got the vintage cap on today. Decided to switch it up a little bit. Why not? Some things in my closet I haven't worn in quite a while. Lance Player says, my son is going to the Luke Doty Shaw camp next weekend. So excited for that. That'll be awesome. No, that'll be great. Lance, appreciate you, my guy. I hope you're deleting some Bush lattes. And I know that's your favorite pastime, my guy. Tyler Gay, appreciate you. Love the interview, he says. Yeah, Jake Crane's an awesome dude. Awesome guy. Let's start with the lines here. Phil, what's up, man? How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing, my brother?
Doing good, man. Just having a Thursday. What's going on?
Not much. I'm just walking around outside in beautiful Manchester, New Hampshire right now. Not a cloud in the sky. I'd say it's probably maybe high 60s, low 70s.
Wow.
Really good weather day today. Yeah.
That is excellent. A beautiful day. That is a beautiful day. Dude, it's a high of, I believe, 71 in Columbia. So 74.
Perfect.
So very uncharacteristically for this time of year, comfortable.
No kidding. Yeah, absolutely. So my question is, I wanted to lead off with a Carolina question. I guess other than the offensive line, which has been, something that people have underlined as a problem for Carolina football right now going forward, what other positions would you say is a concern for Carolina at this point? Is it quarterback?
No, I wouldn't say quarterback. I mean, I'm fine with.
No, I'm sorry. Cornerback.
Oh, corner.
DBs.
Okay, DB.
Yeah.
My greatest area of concern outside of offensive line, it'd probably be defensive line, honestly, or
Okay.
or linebacker. I mean, really just stopping the run. That's my, like, when I'm looking at biggest concerns for this team. Offensively, the question mark is, can we protect the quarterback? Can we establish a run game, any sort of push up front?
Mm-hmm.
And then defensively, it's just, can we stop the run? Because we couldn't do it last year. And, I mean, I like the pieces you bring back. Don't get me wrong. I still don't think we're elite up front defensively. And at linebacker,
Okay.
we've just I don't know, man. We've had a guy, and I said the same thing I feel like last year, like generally year after year, we've had a guy. We've had a Sky Moore. We've had a Ernest Jones, we've had a TJ Brunson, whatever. But I just don't remember the last time I looked at the Gamecocks linebackers and felt like, we're really elite at the linebacker position. So I think linebacker is certainly a question mark. I think just stopping the run is a question mark. And I talked about this a couple weeks ago, man. For me, defensively, my question comes back to this, is we were great at getting the ball off of people last year and forcing turnovers. And you could argue that bailed us out in a lot of games. Can we get the ball off of people and force turnovers at that rate again? And if we can't, can we still be effective defensively? That to me is the big question.
Right.
Because we saw it, right, in 2017 where Carolina won the Outback Bowl that year, and they were great at forcing turnovers. In 2018, you didn't quite force turnovers to that level, and it really bit you. You know what I mean? So I trust Clayton White. I trust sorry, I'm having some technical issues. Trust Torian Gray, all those guys, but that defensively. So I'd say linebacker probably defensively, and then offensive line, of course, on the offensive side. So,
of course,
yeah.
It's interesting in that position.
Yeah, Muschamp did recruit well, especially defensive line. I mean, you look at the numbers, you look at the stars. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they that was the one area they did not leave the cupboard bare, if you will. So, but it's just like, do you really feel like you've gotten the most out of Zach Pickens? Have you gotten the most out of Jordan Birch?
Right.
Guys like that. So, for whatever reason, again, last year the numbers show you couldn't stop the run. Bottom line, you just couldn't stop the run. So you got to be able to do that, to have that, especially against the elite.
Final thing here, I wanted to switch gears to rugby real quick. Obviously, Carolina Rugby playing this weekend down there in Kennesaw, Georgia, for a national championship. They're competing in what's called the Red Division. They're in Pool D, which includes Florida, I think Oregon State, and Western Washington is the games that they start off with. Super excited to see them play this weekend. It is televised, guys. CNBC and NBC throughout the weekend, so check your local listings for that. And final thing I wanted to mention is an absolute game changer for rugby in the United States. You know me as like a rugby evangelist. I talk about rugby to everybody that I know. And rugby, the World Rugby World Cup is the third largest sporting event in the entire world, only behind the Olympics and obviously soccer's World Cup. The United States of America will be hosting the 31 and the 33 for men's and women's respectively on U.S. soil. So it's a game changer for rugby in this country. There's going to be a huge investment coming along with these bids that have been accepted to host the World Cup here in the United States. So there's going to be huge money from World Rugby, poured into the United States for development. One thing that has to happen is the USA has to get better at 15s in rugby. We're not very good. We're in the top 20, but when we play tier 1 nations like New Zealand and Australia, they absolutely kick our ass. But that's going to change over the next 9 years. So, yeah, super exciting stuff.
Love to hear it, man. Love to hear it. I'm glad things are good on the rugby front. And, hey, again, lacrosse has their game today. They're in the finals.
Yep.
Club sports, man, are just crushing. We were talking about it last night at Tin Roof. Somebody asked why is it club sports can dominate and everybody else is struggling? I don't know. I don't have the answer.
I don't either, but for Carolina Rugby, I'll tell you specifically, it all comes down to our coaching. We got a guy that's an alumni for our university that's won national championships, knows what he's doing at Furman. He came home and has completely flipped the program around. We've got 12 new recruits coming in that have played at high levels in high school, and right now, in sevens, we're very successful. So it's extremely exciting to be a Carolina Rugby fan right now.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I love to hear it, bro. I love, obviously, what Coach Roberts and those guys are doing. So it's been a lot of fun to follow along.
For sure. All right, I appreciate your time. Have a good one. Go Cox.
Phil, appreciate you, man. Take care. Sorry about the mic, guys. I don't know. The Muschamp hacker's trying to infiltrate the mic. Hold on. I'm gonna reset these. There we go. We should be good. Yes, Scarlett. All right, cool. I don't know what's going on. Muschamp hackers never stop when it comes to our show. Either way, appreciate the call. Phil, thank you so much again. Really, really happy for Coach Roberts, Gamecocks Rugby, and all of the club sports. Because, again, I've always said, guys, you know what? They're not the sports that necessarily move the needle. They're not the big three. They're not the big whatever. But you know what? You wear the garnet and black. I don't give a damn what you do. You can be on the debate team for all I care. Hey, we're all pulling for you. By the way, so I posed this on social media yesterday. About if there's anyone out there who is a Kingston fan to step up and to say something, right? To say something. And a guy on Twitter, a guy named James, actually is a Kingston supporter. And, of course, he referenced injuries. He referenced having to replace guys in the lineup. Of course, he wants to lean on Bosnick and Hicks. Again, my biggest thing is this, man, is and I know we're playing a lot of freshmen. I understand we're playing a lot of freshmen, but, dude, it's Carolina baseball, man. You got to win anyway. You got to win anyway. And there's just no excuse, man. I'm sorry. And to be as bad as you are, again, I would definitely understand if you're playing all these freshmen and you're ranked 8th or 9th in hitting and you're not having quite the year you want. I get that. But being 14th and being 24 and 23, there's just no excuse for it. Cody Gaskin says the stream is laggy. It looks like, Cody, on my end, everything's good as far as connectivity and everything else. I don't know if it's the streaming platform we're on. I don't know if it's your connection. I don't know what it is. Technology's great. Until it isn't, I guess. Technology is great until it isn't. So we'll just try to keep rocking and rolling. You guys let me know if there's any technical issues on your end. Either way, we are going to be live tonight, guys, with our Road to Glory content at 6 o'clock. I'll be streaming at 6 o'clock. Like I said, guys, just made the decision. I was like, you know what? I don't like sacrificing the normal Daily Crow noon to 2 for the Road to Glory stuff, as much as I love doing it, obviously. So I am going to separate that. We'll do it at a different time tonight at 6. We will be live. Says Cody Gaskin says, got to watch on YouTube, Facebook. I mean, here's the thing, Cody. One day it's Facebook, one day it's YouTube. You just never know, my guy. That's why you stream across multiple platforms. If you just depend on one, you could have a crap day, and you never know, and it could ruin the entire stream. So I don't know. Brandon Wagner says he's good on Facebook, and Jeff Gullidge is as well. Cody, maybe it's you, my guy. Maybe it's you. I don't know. Either way, I appreciate you being tuned in. We are taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. New podcast, guys, will drop tomorrow. If you have not listened to the conversation with Jake Crane yesterday, I highly suggest you do so. Also published clips on YouTube this morning from our conversation. But Jake is a very, very well-educated dude, knows what he's talking about when it comes to football. He's an SEC man by trade. He's an Auburn man actually by trade, but an SEC fan nonetheless, and certainly knows what he's talking about when it comes to football and comes to sports in general. We had a great conversation. I truly appreciate Jake taking the time and got some great insight from him on Gamecocks football, addition of Spencer Rattler. Also the NIL stuff. The NIL stuff, I was really, really excited to chat with him on that, get his opinion on it. And, I definitely suggest you guys check that out. Podcast will drop tomorrow to be a full breakdown, of course, and preview prediction for the weekend series against the Kentucky Wildcats. So, Gamecocks set to take on Kentucky Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tomorrow at 7, Saturday at noon, and then Sunday, I believe that is at 1:30. 1:30 is when the Gamecocks will take on Kentucky. I will say, though, let's keep an eye on the weather because it does not look great for tomorrow night, and it would not shock me if they pushed back the Friday game and tried to play a doubleheader. But it's actually looking better now. It's actually looking better. It says at 7 o'clock, it's a 58% chance of rain, 8 o'clock, 36%, 9 o'clock, 36, 10 o'clock, 41. So, I mean, it looks like, it wasn't like 90% earlier in the week. So we might actually get to play tomorrow night, which I hope so, because honestly, guys, as long as the games have taken, like there have been 4-hour ball games. There have been 4-hour ball games. I just, I don't really want to sit at this point, I don't want to sit at Founders Park for an 8-hour or 9-hour day. So hopefully we do get to play tomorrow night. But the original plan, again, the plan right now, 7 tomorrow night, noon on Saturday, 1:30 on Sunday. Let's see. Yeah, Thomas Walker, I will be at the ballpark. You know what's funny? My aunt is actually going to Myrtle Beach, and they invited me to go with them. And let's see. Oh, okay, that must be somebody else. Okay. I was confused. My guy Brendan confused me a little bit in the chat. Yeah, I'll be at the ballpark all weekend, Thomas. My aunt actually invited me to go to Myrtle Beach, but I was like, you know what, man? It's the last home weekend of Gamecocks baseball, and as bad as we've been, I still want to be in the yard and enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like I said, we'll be sitting there in July or the dog days of August, and I'll be like, man, I would just kill to watch one more baseball game. As bad as we are, I still don't take it for granted how lucky we are to just go to the field and watch baseball. You know what I mean? So let's see. Dusty Rhodes, when are you finding the video game stuff? We're going to do it tonight, Dusty. We're going to do it 6 o'clock. I'm not sure if I'll go for an hour or 2 hours or hour and a half or whatever. We'll just kind of play and see where it takes us. But, I just decided, Dusty, that I really enjoy this Daily Crow content. I value this content. I look forward to hearing from you all. And I was like, you know what? I don't really want to sacrifice the Daily Crow content to do the Road to Glory stuff. So I'm going to separate the two. So tonight we'll stream at 6. I don't know, probably on I don't know. I don't know exactly. I'm not going to have like a set time for when we're doing it, but I don't want to do it in the noon to 2 slot. I really enjoy hearing from you guys and you guys calling in. And yeah, DGD, Daily Crow's fun to hang out and chit chat. And that's what it's for. That's what it's for. So, again, though, hey, that's why I like to make content. We put it in different slots and we make adjustments and, we grow and evolve and all that good stuff. So I just decided, I was like, you know what? I don't really want to. The beauty of like the Daily Crow at this time of year, honestly, is like a day like today. I mean, there's not a ton to talk about. I'll be totally honest with you. But it's in days when you just come into it with a blank slate. It's just blank, it's wide open. That's when you have some of the best conversations because it can go anywhere. It's so random. It's so random, right? That sometimes we just have convos that are just off the wall, which it makes for fantastic content. Let's see. Let's go back in the comments. You guys have left some questions. Tyler Gay says, would you be up to having a beer pong tournament at Tin Roof? That would get me to come down from the upstate or Gamecock trivia, LOL. Tyler, they actually do a beer pong tournament on Mondays. They do. Gamecock trivia's got potential, though. That actually has potential. Yeah, that has potential. Bill, hold on. Bill says, never mind, goes to the game tomorrow, everyone gets a free shirt. Is that right? You get a free shirt if you go to the game tomorrow? I didn't know that. John Kruger, so what's all about Dak Joyner? Yeah, Shane Beamer, in case you missed it, saying that apparently Dak Joyner was courted by schools after the bowl game, wanting him to transfer and play quarterback. I guess I didn't even realize that was illegal. I just thought in this new day and age of transfer portal NIL, it was just kind of wide open. I mean, Shane Beamer saying that doesn't surprise me. You know what I mean? Like, I thought Dak would consider it, honestly. And It's so funny. I'm sure he and his camp have gotten so tired of listening or hearing what I've had to say about his career. Because listen, I'm happy he's a Gamecock. I'm ecstatic he's a Gamecock. And I think that it speaks volumes to how much Dak Joyner loves being at the University of South Carolina. Because he could easily go somewhere. He could have easily gone somewhere after the bowl game and played quarterback. You know, could have easily done so. And I wouldn't have blamed him. But he obviously values being a Gamecock over that. And so, I mean, that's admirable. It is. But am I surprised teams hit him up, wanting him? You know, dude, like he would, you think about it, man. Dak Joyner at a school like Liberty or Troy, South Alabama, you know, I think like a smaller school, I think Dak Joyner would be hell under center. I mean, I really do. I think he'd be hell under center. I mean, there's some people that still felt like he should have gotten a chance, you know, here. I mean, granted, now you got Spencer Rattler. I don't think you're going to hear anybody saying that now, but yeah. So it doesn't shock me at all, though, people were hitting him up. No doubt. Let's see. Christian Carver says, thinking objectively here, South Carolina will go 8-4 at best. And those 4 losses would be Georgia, Arkansas, Clemson, and A&M. You know, and I tell you this, Christian, that's a great season. I mean, anybody that tries to tell you that's not a great season's out of their mind. Because in that scenario, you've beat – I mean, think about that scenario, Christian. Christian says 8-4 losses to Georgia, Arkansas, Clemson, and A&M. Think about who you've beat, Christian, in that scenario. You've beaten Kentucky on the road. You've beaten Missouri at home. You've beaten Tennessee at home. And you've beaten Florida on the road. That's a hell of a year. That is a hell of a year. Really, truly. Jacob Union says top 3 receivers besides Van. I would go Antoine Wells, no doubt. Jaheim Bell, can we list him as a receiver? And then would you go Dak Joyner? Maybe I think Landon Sampson might slide in that top 3, my guy. I think Landon Sampson might. Justin, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. Cody Gaskins guessing EJ is yet to find home. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I mean, I think we'd probably see it or hear about it, but no, I don't think EJ has found a landing spot quite yet. I don't think he's found a landing spot quite yet. Anyways, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Again, baseball gets going tomorrow. Tyler Gay says, could EJ come back? I mean, I'm sure he could. I guess it would depend on like scholarship numbers and just numbers in general. I mean, would they welcome him back? I guess. But I mean, Tyler, I think he left because I mean he's not going to play, man. People, it's so funny. Like fans were so infatuated with EJ Jenkins. You know, they really were. They were infatuated with EJ Jenkins. And because he was 6'7", I get it. Like, I'm not trying to knock the guy. I'm really not trying to knock him. But I'm telling you guys, I said this all season last season. Like, do you really think we just had some All-American receiver sitting on the bench and Shane Beamer and Satterfield just refused to play him? I mean, do you really think that's what the case was? You know what I mean? And Aaron Hodges says they were comparing him to Pitts. Like, why would you do that? Kyle Pitts is a first-round player. EJ Jenkins is nothing of the sort. Nothing. I'm sorry, bro. He went to St. Francis for a reason. This isn't like trash EJ Jenkins day. I'm just saying, though. There's obviously a reason, guys. There's a reason. Believe it or not, coaches play the best players. Shocker. They play the best players. Tyler Gay says he's just a freaking giant. How could he not go up and get the ball? I mean, damn. I mean, Tyler, how many jump balls did you see him completed to him? I mean, the only one jump ball I saw completed was in the spring game, and he was being covered by a 5'9" walk-on defensive back. Like, if he can't complete one in that scenario, then, yeah, this fan base was infatuated with E.J. Jenkins. I mean, I don't even know, like, who I'd compare it to. Like, have there been other players that got all this love and hype and just never lived up to it? You know what I mean? Just never, ever lived up to it. Let's see. Travis Allen, if we can Kingston, do you trust Tanner can make the right hire? I'm on the fence. Travis, what other choice do you have? Let me ask you this, Travis. I posed this question last night at 10 Roof. Would you rather bring Kingston back, but this summer? And let me hold on. Here we go. Would you rather bring Kingston back next season, but this summer, Ray Tanner steps down and you get a new athletic director? Okay, and you go into the 2023 season, most likely another pedestrian year for Gamecocks baseball, and that AD makes the move and conducts the coaching search, but you got to go through another season of Mark Kingston. Or would you rather go ahead and get it over with, go ahead and send him packing, get Mark Kingston out of town, but Ray Tanner is going to lead and conduct the coaching search? What would you rather do? Where would you rather sit? It is, dude, it is wild to me. God, Ray Tanner is so disliked. I mean, Ray Tanner, he is so disliked. So disliked. I mean, is Ray Tanner the most disliked person in Columbia, South Carolina? Honestly. And I hate to say that, but is he? I mean, is there anyone Gamecock fans dislike more? Like, I think on the hate list for Gamecock fans, it literally goes like Dabo Swinney, Ray Tanner. Like, they're 1-2. And Corey, I agree. I would go ahead and axe Kingston. I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't wait. I've always said when it comes to coaches, the moment you know they're not the guy and you don't do anything, you're just delaying the inevitable. That's how I felt about Muschamp in 2019. We lost to UNC. I was out. I didn't feel like he was the guy. Like, the longer you just keep him around, you're just literally delaying the inevitable. That's just my opinion. You're just delaying the inevitable. So, Ryan Wright says Tanner's not even traveling to Gamecock Club meetings. He will be gone by August 1st. We've heard a lot of rumors about that Ray Tanner's going to step down. And it makes sense. I mean, Ray Tanner's getting to a point in life where he's just getting older. Again, I've told you guys, I don't know why he even wants to do it. I don't know why he wants to be AD anymore. Like, truly. Like, Coach, you don't need to do it. You can, because I fully expect, Ray Tanner that once he's done being AD, he's still going to work in football. I still think he's going to work, or no, excuse me, not football. He's going to work in baseball. I fully expect he's still going to work in baseball. I still think he's going to be like on the board for college baseball and all that. Oh, wow. You know what I just realized, guys? I apologize. Justin asking for the number. I didn't have the banner on. Y'all got to keep me accountable now. Come on now. Y'all got to keep me accountable. I was like, what is missing? It's the banner down low. My bad, guys. 843-790-3377. Rebecca says, Rebecca the Queen is here. Love that. Yeah, Corey Gardner. No need prolonging it. I mean, I agree. I mean, once you know the guy's not the guy, the longer you go without making a move, you're just delaying the inevitable, man. You can try to convince yourself otherwise, this way, that way, whatever. And again, I like hearing people's opinions. I like hearing the contrary opinion. The beauty's in the banter, as I always say. Let's check the phone lines.
Housen,
what's up, man? How are you?
what's up, my guy? Hey, real quick, if you don't mind, I want to shout out East Columbus girls varsity softball, advancing to the third round of state playoffs. We're waiting to see who those girls are going to play, depending on the game tonight, if they get it in. So I'm going to say what I got to say and hop off the phone because I had to sneak out of the machine shop real quick to make the phone call. First off, on the Ray Tanner situation, it's probably an unpopular opinion, but I wouldn't mind seeing us save a little bit of money to throw at another coach next year. And with you bringing that point up, it kind of opened my eyes to it. So, yeah, I would be content with us keeping Kingston on for another year because, let's be honest, Gamecocks baseball is an elite program, and you have to try Joe Biden hard to run it into the dirt and not have a pull for it. So I think with Gamecocks baseball, we would be fine sticking it out for Kingston one more year to save a couple $100 to throw at a better coach when Ray Tanner steps down. Because I think that program on its own is solidified and the history is just there. With football next year, 8-4, I see that as a reasonable predicament. But looking at what Beamer's created and knowing that he kind of is polishing up Rattler and that both he has a chip he feels like he's got to prove, Satterfield feels like he's got something to prove, Spencer feels like he's got something to prove. We got Stogner coming in, which has been a reliable target for Spencer. I think somewhere in one of those 4 games, we're going to pull an upset. I just think we're destined to do it. And gun to the head, I'm going to say it's going to be close. It might be a field goal to 7 points, but I think we'll upset Clemson this year based on the fact that normally is they win 5 years in a row, we win 5 years in a row. We're due a big win against them. It's going to be late in the season. I think our guys are going to be ready. And with everything going on in Death Valley, there's really no telling what's going to play out. So I think somehow, some way, in Chris Phillips' words, from my lips to God's ears, I think we're going to pull the upset against Clemson. Go South Carolina.
Housen, I appreciate it, man. What a call. How about that? Let's give that a round of applause. I mean, truly. You got me fired up. Carolina's going to beat Clemson. You heard it here first from Housen. Oh, man, wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? God. I tell you what, sorry to, anyways, man, wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Truly. Let's see. Great call from Housen. I mean, I think what's happened, at least for me, and this is a mentality that Beamer's fighting, truly. But unfortunately, what's happened to me is I just look at the Clemson game and I don't have a lot of hope because we have not played them competitively since 2015. Not beat them. We haven't played them in a competitive game, it feels like, since 2015. We haven't. So I'm like, first thing we got to do is actually play them tough. But could that be? Could that happen? You know what I mean? Because, again, you go into this season, I'm torn on what to think about Clemson. Because they've got questions at quarterback. They lost Brent Venables. Are they going to be a beatable team? The biggest question in that game for me, guys, again, is the trenches. It's up front. Because what you saw last year, I mean, the Gamecocks did not have a quarterback that was ready to face a defense like Clemson's. Obviously, Jason Brown was not ready for that. And you saw Clemson just dominate you up front running the football. Will Shipley just ran like crazy on you. And, that was the biggest difference, right? So you add in Rattler. You feel like you're going to be improved up front, hopefully. Could that be enough to do it? Again, on the road, it'll be tough. The game will probably be at night. God, wouldn't that be something? I mean, trust me, guys. Like I've said before, I won't lock in my predictions. I will not lock in my predictions until July, right? I mean, and when you make predictions, right, and like my good friend Michael Bratt in SEC Podcast, his bold prediction was he's got Carolina beating Georgia week 3, right, under the lights or just at Willie B. you don't want to make predictions for the sake of a hot take or anything like that. But, man, like, you don't think I don't want to be the guy that's picking Carolina? I don't know. Again, I'm going to dissect everything and break everything down and all that good stuff. Wouldn't that be something? I mean, I just – and I'll tell you this, though. Again, I said this a couple weeks ago. For the health of the fan base, I mean, this program needs a win over Clemson. They do, bottom line. They do. This program desperately needs a win over Clemson. So – yeah. Anyways. Excuse me. Aaron Hodges says, we said the same thing about Clemson last year. Yeah, we did. I mean, that's as good as we felt going into a Carolina-Clemson game in a very, very long time. And I did pick Clemson to win, but, I had it a 24-17, really close game. And it's a damn shame because we really did feel like, last year was the year for Carolina to really give Clemson hell, under the lights at Willie B, and just didn't happen. So you wonder if Carolina can do it this year. You wonder if Carolina's got it in them to do it this year. So let's see. Let's see. People feel like Ray is slowly stepping down. I guess we'll find out. Lee Harold, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you tuning in. Lee. From Texas, he says. How about that? Horns down. Let's go. Horns down. Aaron Hodges, what are areas of the team that are upgraded? I think we upgraded in a lot of spots. I think we upgraded at running back. I think we upgraded at wide receiver. We upgraded at tight end. We upgraded, of course, we upgraded at quarterback. I think the areas that are the same or could be worse than last year, offensive line. I think defensive line. I know we added Terrell Dawkins, but I'm not going out here and saying that we upgraded at D-line. I don't think so. You lose Barre, you lose Ellis. I say we're probably the same as we were last year. Linebacker, you add Stone Blanton. Did we upgrade? I think we're probably the same. So let's jump to the
Call
phone.
From
Dave Garrett.
And then secondary, probably the same.
to accept.
Dave, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing fine. Hope you are too.
Appreciate it.
Got a question for you. Before I make a couple comments.
Mm-hmm.
If Kingston is let go, what do you think about Landon Powell? I've heard a lot of people mention him. I'm not that familiar with what he's done coach-wise. Or Mitch Canham. The two comments that I got is I believe this is the year we do play Clemson competitively. And also, I think we have a good shot at Arkansas with them having to open up against Cincinnati the previous week. Appreciate what you do, man. Hope you have a good one. Talk to you soon.
Dave, appreciate it, my guy. So he mentioned Landon Powell and Mitch Canham, which is a name that I have not heard from anybody, by the way, the head coach over at Oregon State. I don't think there's nothing that tells me that he would leave Oregon State just because, he's in his third year there. And that's a good job. Oregon State's a great program. Oregon State, excuse me, guys. Oregon State's a great program. So I don't think he'd leave. I am not as high on Landon Powell as some might be. I like Landon a lot, man. And I know the whole Beamer hire has given us the idea of, well, we'll just go get a bunch of guys that played at Carolina. But it's like, I respect the hell out of what they've built at North Greenville. But to me, just because they've done that and at North Greenville, that doesn't mean to me that he's going to win at Carolina. They have established a formula that has worked really well for them, where they go pick these D1 guys and bring them to D2, and they basically just pick on everybody at the D2 level. That's totally fine. That's well within the rules, and it works. You can't do that at South Carolina. Like, I would prefer someone that is more proven at this level. Because here's what I think you can afford. I don't think you can afford, when it comes to the Gamecocks baseball head coaching job, I just don't think you can afford to take another chance on a guy, like another flyer. And I hate to say that, because I guess to some degree, you're taking a chance no matter what. You're rolling the dice no matter what. And there's a lot of pressure on this job, and it doesn't really even matter what your previous credentials are. It doesn't mean you're going to win here. It's a whole different animal, coaching in the SEC and coaching in Columbia. But I would prefer someone that's coached on the D1 level. Yeah, I would. I've listed some names: Cliff Godwin, Scott Jackson, Link Jarrett, Mark Calvey has been a name thrown around by former players. I'm not saying I'd be like irate if they hired Landon Powell. But again, I just, and this is me talking to former players, that it's like, yeah, you've done what you've done at North Greenville, and it's worked out really well. I don't think it's a given. Like, oh, well, he's won at NGU, so he's going to win at USC. It's a whole different animal. And so, hey, does Landon Powell want to leave NGU? Does he want the pressure? Does he want to go out and have to actually recruit? I don't know. I don't know that he does. So, as far as the Clemson game, Dave says he thinks we will challenge Clemson. Dude, I'd just love to see a good game. I hate to say that. I hate we're to the point where I'm saying something like that. But unfortunately, it is the reality. I mean, dude, again, like I said, I would just love to see Carolina actually give Clemson hell and make us feel like, you know what, we're on the way back. You know what I mean? We're on the way back. We're making progress. Just give me that, bro. I'm not even being picky at this point. Let's see. Aaron Hodges losing Harris and White, and we upgrade. Aaron, think about who we added. Christian Beal, Smith, and Lavoisier Carroll. I maybe upgrade's a strong word. I think Aaron, if nothing else, we're the same. I think we're fine. I mean, Kevin Harris wasn't Kevin Harris last year. Kevin Harris did not have a good year. He was hurt for half the season. So Quandre White was a good player, but I don't look at the running back room, and say, oh, we fell off because those two guys left. I think we're fine. I think the running backs will hold their own once again. I really don't have any concerns about running back. Aaron Hodges, D-line, linebacker, safety has regressed slightly. Well, I mean, listen, you lose Jalen Foster, and I think Devontae Reed might have the same talent that Jalen Foster had. I'm not really concerned about that. It's more so, is he going to be the playmaking type of guy that Jalen Foster was? You know what I mean? Is he gonna make plays like Jalen Foster did? And again, that's where it comes back to my question about the defense: are we going to be as opportunistic as we were last year? You know what I mean? Because people really take it for granted last year. I mean, I know you can look at the season and say, well, Chris, we could have won 9 games. Yeah, we could have also won 4, and we were very fortunate to win 6 in the regular season. I mean, think about. Here's where I start with this. Would you agree or disagree that while turnovers is a lot about preparation and coaching and talent, a lot of it is good fortune? Would you agree with that, yes or no? Because I guess you got to establish that point first. Because I would argue that, you know what, some of turnovers is right place, right time, right? Some of turnovers is, does the ball bounce your way? Like that just face it, it is what it is. Turnovers are something that, again, it comes down to coaching, it comes down to talent, it comes down to preparation, but also, like, you need to get fortunate to get the ball off of people, right? Agreed. Okay. I mean, you think about last year. The pick 6 by Damani Staley before the half against ECU. The pick 6 against Troy. I'm trying to think of some others. What are some others big turnovers that happened last year? You could go down the list, but like even in just those 2 games. I mean, you think about, guys, the biggest play of the season last year, in my opinion, is Damani Staley's pick 6 before half against ECU. Because we were dead. I mean, we were flat out dead. And I think if that doesn't happen, I think there's a good chance East Carolina beats you that day. I really do. I mean, that play alone changed the season. That play. And I told you guys coming into last season, I said, hey, East Carolina is the most important game of the season. And people balked at that. People, no way, Chris, it's Kentucky. No way, it's Tennessee, it's Florida. No, it can't be East Carolina. But what I said going into last year was this. You can lose to Kentucky. You can lose to Florida. You can lose to Tennessee. Heck, you can lose to Mizzou, God forbid, and still get to a bowl game, have a successful season. You cannot lose to East Carolina and have any semblance of a successful year. If you would have lost that ECU game, guys, I think you were locked in. You were destined at 4-8. You were destined to be 4-8. Absolutely destined. So, you know, I would argue that turnover, that Damani Staley play, biggest play of the 2021 season. And it doesn't get talked about to the level that it should, but that to me was the play that probably that and Zeb Nolan's last drive saved that season last year. Flat out saved it. So can we depend, like, will the ball bounce our way again? Can we depend on those turnovers yet again? That for me is the biggest question when it comes to this defense, and one of the biggest for this football team as well. Guys, we're going to jump into a quick break. I want to continue to hear from you, though. More of your questions, comments, calls, and more. On the other side, you're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Was just looking, by the way, Football Scoop posted the highest paid running back coaches in college football right now. And the highest paid is Frank Wilson at LSU. He's making $900,000 to coach running backs. Second highest is Del McGee at Georgia, making $800,000. South Carolina's 20th. Montario Hardesty is making $375,000. Guess who also is making $375,000? Kurt Roper is making $375,000 at NC State. My point is this, though. I was looking at this list. I'm like, dude, why would anybody want to be a head coach? You're telling me you can make $400,000 to coach running backs? Bro, what a life. I mean, obviously, guys, $400,000 is you're balling. I mean, you're balling. Okay? You're balling. You are, I mean, you might not be making 2.7 or whatever like damn Shane Beamer is or in the millions of dollars. But like, bro, you're living cool at $400,000. You're living cool, right? I mean, you have no pressure. Like, how much pressure does the running backs coach have? You know what I mean? And that's why I never you guys, having great assistants is very important. And I think it's most important when it comes to recruiting, right? You need good assistant coaches. I'm not saying you don't. But I'm not the guy who's going to lose his cool because, oh man, we hired Jody Wright. What a great hire he is. Or, you know what I mean? And that's no knock on the guys. That's no knock on the guys. But I'm like when we hired Eric Kimry. Eric's my homie. Eric's my buddy. We hired Eric a tight ends coach. That was an awesome story because he played at Carolina, right? Played at Carolina. But the point I made before was I was like, I've never seen a tight end coach's name in the newspaper for losing a game, right? It falls on the head coach. So it's just like, God, what a great life. I mean, $400,000 to coach running backs. You have none of the pressure a head coach has. You have none of the pressure the OC or the DC have. You're just chilling, pretty much chilling. And I'm not trying to make light of what those guys do, but as a position coach, you're literally just coaching technique. That's all you're doing. It's not like you're, man, $400,000 to coach running backs. What a life. What a life. Not shabby. Not too shabby. Let's see. Anyways. I'm sure some football guy will see this and just try to rip me. Tyler Gay, I'm ready for when we don't have to rely on all those turnovers. Turnovers are great and a part of every defense, but I'm ready for the goon squad to be back. Something like it. Our defense to be enough. God, I miss those days, friggin' headhunters. And yeah, listen, Tyler, when you have a good defense, you're going to force turnovers. You're going to force turnovers. But again, I go back to 2017 and then the 2018 season, it was just so obvious that 2017, it was a little bit of smoke and mirrors because we lived off of turnovers. You got to be able to get stops as well when you're not getting turnovers. But again, when you have a little bit of good defense, you look back at those defenses we had in 10 to 13, I mean, they force turnovers, no doubt. Chris Miller, I think this year will be our offense moving down the field, the clutch fourth quarter drive that gets us 1 to 2 of our wins. I say even if our defense slightly regresses, our offense will make up for it. I mean, the offense should certainly be better. Cody, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you tuning in. DGD says, so Josh Bate was talking about Willie B. What say you? Yeah, DGD, Josh Pate, friend of the show, talking about Williams-Brice. Let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Robbie Davis, a.k.a. Kirk Herbstreit.
To accept.
Robbie, what's up, man? How are you?
What's up, my guy? How you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. Just having a Thursday. Appreciate you coming out last night at Tin Roof. Had a blast, man. What's going on?
I just wanted to add to kind of reiterate what you just said, right? But in a different way. Yes, getting turnovers is great, but the question is even though yes we do have Rattler at quarterback, is our offense going to be able to move the ball and capitalize off of said turnovers? Because last year we couldn't do that to save our lives. Not consistently.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you got to when you get turnovers, you got to capitalize on them for sure. You got to make people pay. You got to make people pay.
Like I said a couple weeks ago, or several weeks ago, if we get a turnover and we're on the positive side of the 50, okay, meaning we are pretty dang close to the end zone, okay, get a touchdown. The number one goal, get a touchdown. If you can get a field goal, okay, but the number one goal, get 6. Because if you get a turnover and you wind up on the positive side of the 50 and you don't get a touchdown, that makes the offense look bad. And we have got to do that this coming season, because our schedule this year is going to be an absolute gauntlet. Okay. Of course, yes, we got Georgia State in the opener, and then the following week we got Arkansas, and then the big one, or one of the big ones, Georgia. And I got a friend of mine that's a really big Georgia fan. Love him to death. But on that day, I'm going to hate him for at least 3 hours.
Who is it? Okay. It's a friend of yours or a relative or who? That's a Georgia fan?
It's a friend of mine. It's the camp I told you about that I helped out with last summer, and I was gone for a week. It's the guy. This particular guy, I helped him out at the camp last year, and he's a big Georgia fan, and he gives me crap all the time for being a Gamecock fan. And of course, I return it and say that Georgia fans are losers and ignorant and stupid. The only one that's not ignorant and stupid is you, directing it towards him, because he's the only Georgia fan I tolerate in my life. To be honest with you.
Well, you're gonna hate him for 3 hours you're gonna hate him for 3 hours on game day. I hate him every day. I really do. I hate Georgia. So you can tell your buddy that. I hate him every day.
I don't know how he'll take it, but I'll
as Dave Chappelle once said at the Player Haters Ball, I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and only you. That's how I feel about Georgia fans. No offense to our guy DGD, but yeah, I mean I can't stand them.
And Georgia fans are obnoxious, to be honest with you. They're even more obnoxious now if they won a national title. Good Lord. I'm scared of what I would probably do if a Georgia fan started talking junk to me. I'd probably wind up in jail, to be honest with you. But yeah, we have got to, whenever we have the ball on the positive side of the 50, as I like to say, meaning we do not have to cross the 50, okay, in case I'm over your head a little bit, just in case. We have got to get touchdowns. I do not give a crap how it happens, but get touchdowns. Run, pass, I don't care. QB sneak, I don't care. QB draw, I don't know.
Robbie, what's your favorite play? What's your favorite play in the playbook? If you had to pick one, what's your favorite play?
Well, and my stepdad didn't want me to bring this up to you, but whenever my dad coached us in Little League, we had only like a handful of plays, probably not even 5, maybe right at 5. We did a bootleg right, bootleg left, fullback run, and we had a play called the sneaky snap. Am I a little over your head?
I'm trying to follow along, my guy. Just trying to follow along.
Okay, so the way we would run it, we did a hurry-up offense, right? So if he ever did his right foot, kicked out his right foot or kicked out his left foot, that would be bootleg to that side. If he did his arm in a diving motion, depending on which way he's going, that's the way we go with the fullback run, okay? You picking it up now?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the play with the sneaky snap, we didn't really know what to. He would put his hand over his eyes and like he's looking around, make sure nobody's like looking, and that would be the cue for do the sneaky snap. And we would get in a single back formation, and I was the center, and my brother Chandler, who sometimes is in the live chat for your show, he would be under center. He would put his hands under my butt because I was the center. Instead of having his hands open, he would close them, and I would snap the ball between my legs and his legs, and it would go straight back to our running back. And before the offense usually knew what happened, he's already picked up 5 yards. And our running back that year was pretty fast, so he would pick up 5 yards before the defense knew what happened.
All right, so Robbie, my question though, what's your favorite play like for Carolina to run? Obviously, they're not running that sneaky snap, whatever you just explained. They're not running that. I'm not going to lie to you. You completely lost me, and I don't want you to re-explain it either. Favorite play for Carolina to run? You like the deep pass? You like the little option read? What do you like?
Well, depends on the situation with the option read. Okay, depends on the situation. If it's 3rd and 1, I'm doing a daggone read option. But if I had to choose just one, I would have Josh Van on one side and 3 other receivers on the other. And we'd be in shotgun. And I would tell Van, you do a go route, just straight go. Burn. I want you to burn his ass. Leave him in the dust. Okay? And then I'd have the other 3. I'd be like, the rest of y'all, do option routes. While you're running your route, read the defense and go from there. Mm-hmm. And the running back, he would do a wheel route.
Okay.
I don't know what I would call it.
Oh, you got to have a name for it, Robbie. Has to have a name. I'm going to put you on the spot. What's the name of this play?
I would call it the Coach Robbie special.
The Coach Robbie special. Somebody clip this and send it to Satterfield right now. We're going to run the Coach Robbie special this year. Send it to Sat.
And the reason why I would have Van all by himself on one side is because that would force the defense to probably cover him with one man, okay?
Trying to get that one-on-one coverage with Josh.
Have his man. Mono and mono coverage. Best on best, okay? So that's one reason why I would have Josh Van all by his lonesome. And I would tell Josh Van, if you're open, this ball is coming to you, and you make sure that you're the only one coming down with it, because if you don't think you're going to come down with it, bat it down. Become a defensive back. I don't give a crap. The only person that should come down with this ball is somebody in a garnet uniform or a white uniform, wherever we're playing. If it's a home game, garnet uniform. Away game, white uniform. I don't care. Just make sure someone wearing a Gamecock helmet comes down with that football.
Damn right.
By any means necessary.
Damn right. Damn right.
Because if that doesn't happen, you're going to hate me come Monday.
Robbie, I don't know if you'd be the best coach ever or the worst coach ever. And I say that because your passion, I think, would make you a great coach, but you sound like you'd be really tough to play for.
No, I wouldn't. I just sound like a tough guy.
Okay, so then you're a pushover.
Not really. I don't know. I don't know what I am. To be honest with you, I don't know.
Robbie's got to find his identity. Robbie's got to find his identity as the head man.
I don't know. I would just be like, look, I don't give a crap. Let's just go out here in front of our fans, have some fun, and kick the other team's butt and make them regret coming to Willie B for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Or in this case, or in the case 4. Because reviews take forever.
Robbie, will you be at any games this fall or no?
I will probably, most likely, be at the game against the South Carolina State Bulldogs. Most likely.
Okay.
Because that is my hometown team.
Yeah.
But I will be.
Do you ever go to SC State games? I've never been to one.
Me and my dad have talked about it, because what we might do is, like, say South Carolina State has a game at noon, right? Mm-hmm. And South Carolina played at 7.
Okay.
Me and my dad would go to the state game at noon, and then by the time the state game got over, we could leave state stadium, mm-hmm. go get supper, and then come home for the South Carolina game, because it don't take long to get from state to my house.
Right.
Especially in a vehicle. Now, if I have to walk all the way there, I'd have to leave in the morning. It would take.
Robbie, why would you be walking to this? Like, is it how far is the walk?
I don't know. I don't walk that far. That I do know.
I mean,
if I walked on Cannon, listen. If I walked on Cannon Bridge, I'm gonna tell you what my youngest brother told me. He said, if I ever see you walking on Cannon Bridge, I'm gonna beat your ass. That's what he told me.
I mean, Robbie, it sounds like from what you're saying, the walk would be like a couple hours.
Oh yeah, it would take me a minute. It would take me a minute. It would take a while, because Cannon Bridge is a long road. Long road. And it's a busy road. You're walking on a busy road. No. Plus, Cannon Bridge is where all the crazy people are. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't want to do that.
Well, Robbie, I don't walk to the stadium, my guy. Don't walk. It sounds like it's probably like an hour or so, or a couple hours.
We'll probably use the vehicle.
Yeah, probably use the vehicle. Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Absolutely. And I'll probably have my cousin with me, because my cousin I told you about that's never been to a Carolina game. He'll probably be with me. Uh-huh. So if I see you on that particular day, which is October 1st, okay. If there's a little guy with me, that would be that's my nephew, Hampton Reese, aka Hambone.
Okay.
So.
Got you. Robbie, you always brighten my day, my guy. It's always a pleasure to chat with you. Truly.
All right, man. You have a great rest of your day. And in case it rains, if it rains as bad as they're saying, try and stay dry.
I will. We'll do. We'll do.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Robbie, take care, my guy. What a call. Awesome stuff there from the Robbie Davis special. We'll see if the Gamecocks, maybe Sat will pick up on that and use it this season. You never know. Never know what might happen. Anyways, we are taking your questions, comments, calls, guys. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. Here, let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
What's going on? How are you?
Chris, how we doing?
What's up, man? Doing well, doing well. I saw Clarksville, Tennessee. I was like, this can't be Rebecca, can it? I don't think we've had.
Rebecca.
Yeah, I don't think we've had anybody else calling from Tennessee. So what's going on?
Oh, don't worry. Gamecocks here about 10 years now. Just want to get your take on Mark Kingston. I'll tell you mine really quick and we'll let it go. I think he's a pretty shit-ass coach in a position he's not confident enough to handle. I think it's time for the Gamecocks to rebuild and get him out of office. Personally, for me, I'd rather see my mother-in-law every day than see him for the Gamecocks next season.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I think it's time. I think it's time for sure. I mean, when you factor in again the statistics and the record and then what's being said behind closed doors, man, whether it be from players that played for him or some of the greatest ever play in school history, I think there's enough there to make a move. I think without a doubt, I think your feelings are justified. And, again, it's going from, every team has a bad year, but it's becoming a trend that, like, we can't hit under this man. We cannot hit. And I think that's what scares me the most. I think we could figure it out on the mound and pitch well. I just don't have any confidence whatsoever we'll ever be able to hit at the level necessary to win at the level we want, under Kingston. So, no, yeah, I think it's time, my man. I think it's time to get rid of Kingston and go a different direction.
Absolutely. You said it best. It's like a trend. When it keeps happening year after year, I think it's time to reconsider what we're doing in office and find a new guy for the job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, absolutely. No, I think the approach has got to change. Mentally, something's not connecting. There's a disconnect. And again, guys I've talked with that played at Carolina, that even played under him, they echo that. You know what I mean? It's like, who am I to argue with guys that were there? So,
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
That's all I need to say, Chris. I need to go off my chest and listen to your show for a while now. I appreciate you do. Thank you.
Dude, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Great stuff. Great perspective out of me. I think it's time, guys. I think it's time for Kingston to go. It's I wouldn't say fire Mark Kingston on social media if I didn't feel that way. So there's a standard here. There's a standard of excellence. And again, do I feel like Carolina is going to get back to being what they need to be on the bump? Yeah, I feel confident we'll get back to being what we need to be on the mound. No doubt. Even next year, like, we have some good arms coming back. Jack Mahoney, Jackson Phipps, Will Sanders will be back. I feel confident that we'll be better on the mound. Will we ever figure it out swinging it, though? That to me is what I'm most concerned about. And I've lost all confidence that that'll be the case. From what I've heard, Kingston makes it very, very tough to succeed. And again, this is coming from former players, guys. This is coming from guys that play for him. Like, who am I to argue with them? They obviously know better than I do. They know better than you do. So let's see. Arch Manning said that Athens is the best college town he has ever been to. Well, who knows where he lands. Guys, we're going to jump into a quick break, but I want to continue to hear from you. More of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Lee Harold says, Chris must have something good in that cup. Why do you say that, Lee? It is water. I can confirm it is water. DGD says, Arch to Virginia, confirmed by sources. Well, he actually said Athens, but whatever. Let's see. Rebecca says, I thought I was the only one from Tennessee that calls in. What the hell? Well, Rebecca, his zip code was Clarksville, Tennessee. So maybe you got some competition up there in Tennessee. I don't know. Babes and Waves says, I want to tailgate with Robbie. Who doesn't want to tailgate with Robbie? Who doesn't? Rebecca says, does anyone want to fund my way to South Carolina, Tennessee this year? Somebody, let's start the Kickstarter or whatever, the GoFundMe or whatever. I don't know. Guys, we're taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. I will say this, give some credit to my guy DGD, a comment that made me literally laugh out loud. Yeah, you just reposted the comment, but the South Carolina is going to take on Jacksonville State next year at Williams-Brice Stadium. Gamecocks versus Gamecocks. Cox versus Cox. And DGD's got a nickname he's proposing for it, the Yard Pimp Classic. I think that is honestly I think that's honestly hilarious. So I would be more than down. I would be more than down to call it the Yard Pimp Classic. I would love it. That sounds hilarious to me. God. All right, DGD, you're getting carried away now. The cock swinging contest. Getting a little carried away, my guy. Let's not go too far, my guy. Let's not go too far. Let's not go too far with it. Anyways, guys, would love to hear from you. 122 here on a Thursday. We're just hanging out, chilling, relaxing, having a damn good time. Having a damn good time here on Thursday. It is game day eve. Gamecocks taking on Kentucky beginning tomorrow night. Georgia baseball actually plays tonight. The SEC will get going. I believe it's Georgia and who plays tonight? I know it's Georgia. Who do they play? They're on ESPN YouTube. I literally saw this a little bit earlier. Georgia, Tennessee. Okay, so it's in Knoxville too. The number 1 ranked Tennessee Volunteers on ESPNU. Let's see. Some pretty good series this weekend. Obviously, we've got Kentucky. Vandy, Arkansas is a pretty good one. Auburn, Bama, LSU, Ole Miss. There's some good ones. LSU, Ole Miss on ESPN2 as well. So you got some good series, man. It's I tell you this, it's a damn shame. It is just a damn shame, like we're at this point, and we're just South Carolina, like as a fan base, as a collective, we're just so checked out on college baseball. Like we should be talking baseball. Like we should be talking a lot of baseball right now, and instead, we're just checked out. And again, I can't blame anybody because we're just so bad. Tyler Knoll says, this is going back to the infamous Robbie Davis comment about the offense. We also had one steady receiver last year, and for some denounced reason, Jaheim Bell didn't get anywhere near the touches that he should have until the bowl game. The entire offense is revamped. The Sack can't dial up the plays, the amount of playmakers he's got. He's got to go. I'd even venture to say he needs to be let go before the season's over. That may be a bit rash, but he's got zero excuses. Tyler, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you in the sense of, there's no excuse for Sat this year. You know what I mean? You literally got upgraded from a beat-up Toyota Camry to a freaking Maserati. If it doesn't work this year, it's not the car, it's the driver. You know what I mean? It's not the car, it's the driver. So, it's put up or shut up time for Marcus Satterfield. And I know a lot of Gamecock fans going into this season, they're still going to have their doubts, which is more than fair, right? It's more than fair. But there's no excuse for South Carolina not be good offensively. And here's the thing. Saying the offensive line isn't good, that's not a good excuse this year. Like, if you know at this point right now, the offensive line, more likely than not, it's going to be a deficiency, you got to find a way to game plan and scheme around it. You just have to. You can't lean on that. That can't be your crutch again. That can't be your excuse again. So I don't disagree with you, man. It's all on Satterfield. They got to get the job done. Bottom line, you just upgraded in too many positions. You feel like you've got too many weapons offensively, and now you finally got the guy at quarterback. You got to put up some numbers. You got to go make some plays. So I agree with you 110%, my man. Let's see. Again, guys, questions, comments, calls. Looks like Gamecocks lacrosse going to be playing in about 30 minutes or so. Anyways, would love to hear from you. DGD says, if I don't see the big cock club out in full effect when y'all play Jack State, I'll be disappointed. Oh, it'll be out. I'll have the flag flying. We'll probably have to make some like special merch for that or something, DGD. Rebecca says, let's start a GoFundMe page, get to South Carolina versus Tennessee this year. Let's do it, Rebecca. Why not? Let's get Rebecca to South Carolina, Tennessee. Rebecca's most hated team, the Tennessee Volunteers. Mm-hmm. Anyways, guys, podcast will drop tomorrow, episode 648. Just be a full breakdown preview of the Kentucky series. Yep, everything you need to know going in the weekend. Travis says, Chris, do you realistically see our run defense improving this year? That's a great question. Let's go back and look, right? Let's look real quick. The run defense, what did it look like? You realize we only scored 22.6 points per game? God almighty. Gave up 24 points per game. Defensively, we gave up 175 yards per game. 175 yards per game, which is not good. Do I think it's going to improve? Realistically, Travi, I think it's going to be about the same. I do. Until I see otherwise, I think the run defense, unless Stone Blanton comes in and really balls out as a freshman, I feel like you're kind of the same up front defensively. Maybe Alex Huntley can have a breakout year and plug some holes in the middle. Zach Pickens can have his best year. Strawn and Birch on the outside can be big-time players for you. I think you're going to be about the same, though. And that's what I'm a little nervous about is that, we're all just kind of like, oh, it's all the offense. We got to be better offensively. Nobody's talking about the defense, which is a good thing because it means that Clayton White and, everybody's got supreme confidence in Clayton White and everybody's got supreme confidence in Clayton White that, we don't have to worry about defense at all. And I'm just like, I think that's great. We're at that point, but we still got to play defense. And we still got to stop the run. I think the biggest thing is this, though, Travi. I just think we can get away with it a lot of times, but it's in games against Georgia, Clemson, A&M. There's just matchups that don't work well for us. They're just matchups that don't play well for us. Have we gotten the guys up front to improve? I don't know. Without seeing it, I just don't know. I just don't know. Tyler Knoll says Tonka has had a quietly productive freshman sophomore season. He's good in the trenches. I like Tonka Hemingway. I thought he was fantastic as a true freshman. Didn't see quite as much of him last year. I like Tonka's game, though. I do. I like Tonka's game. I think Tonka's a good player. But we just, just have not been consistent enough stopping the run. John Kruger says they spanked us. I think talking about Tennessee. Yeah, in all three sports, Tennessee spanked us this past calendar year. I mean, they really did. Yeah. Anyways, guys, want to continue here for you, 843-790-3372. Also, guys, if you're looking for a spot to gamble, look no further than our friends are at MatchBets. MatchBets.com. Use the promo code TSUS for a 100% deposit match up to $4,000. That's a lot of money. So, anyways, MatchBets.com. When you sign up, use that promo code TSUS to get that 100% deposit match. Travis Allen, when's the next practice? Travie, or you're not Travie, I guess Travis or Will's Travie. Either way, Travis Allen, we don't practice again until freaking early August, my guy. Like we're in the summer, my man. We're not practicing. It's you know what I mean, we're not practicing. So Travis Allen, the next practice we have will be fall camp. Now the team starts summer workouts, I think like June 1st, something like that. But yeah, practice on field, that won't begin until early August. That will not begin until early August. So, John Kruger says, not trying to start anything. I mean, you're not, John. I mean, we got our asses kicked by Tennessee in baseball, basketball, and football. I mean, there's no debating it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no debating it. We did. I remember throwing the watch party at the Carolina Ale House location in Somerville. God, and I felt so bad. For the people that traveled to that.
Call
Awesome.
from
Let's jump to the phone lines. Rebecca, what's going on? How are you?
Good. I haven't called in yet, but I thought I would. You know, that would be a good idea. Set me a GoFundMe page, and that would be a good birthday present. I got to come down there and see that.
Mm-hmm.
Gamecocks versus Tennessee football game.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? We'll have to work on that, Rebecca. How about this? How would you get down? Would you drive down?
I probably would drive down.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got a ways to go till that. That's literally not till November, so maybe we can make something happen by that point.
Like I said, I could probably. That would be awesome if we could do that.
Well, I will be there, so.
I've been listening to the radio.
Love to hear it. How's your Thursday going, Rebecca? How's your Thursday going?
I'm doing pretty good. Yesterday I put up my swimming pool.
Is it hot up there in Tennessee? Is it pretty hot?
Now it's pretty hot.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I got me a swimming pool also. Little swimming pool for the backyard. Little blow up pool, if you will. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting out there. It's unseasonably cool. It has been this week, but next week, starting Sunday, we're getting back in like the 90s. So, oh yeah, very excited.
Yeah, that's the one I got. Is a blow up one. It's like a big old 10-foot.
Yeah, I got mine off Amazon.
I hate to say it, I got mine from Walmart.
I mean, ain't no shame in that. Ain't no shame in that at all.
Yeah. But anyway, I love Walmart anyway.
Yeah, it's a great place. Truly is. A lot of great things at Walmart.
If I ever get back down there, I'd probably go to Walmart and get me some more South Carolina Gamecock stuff.
Or alternatively, You could get it from the Spurs Up show if you need some Gamecock merchandise.
I need some. Some of my T-shirts ain't doing good.
Hey, we got plenty of merch available.
First thing is first is I gotta have some money.
That's a good point. Nothing in life is free. You are correct.
Did you ever thought of doing that saying about kiss my ass thing?
What, the T-shirt?
Merch.
I've been so busy running around. I hadn't gotten to it, but I think it's something this summer we could knock out.
That'd be awesome.
Rebecca, everybody wants to hear you say that Mark Kingston can kiss your ass.
Mark Kingston can kiss my ass.
There you go. I think you just made Skyland's day.
Right.
Skyland Davis. I feel like, Rebecca, you're very competitive when it comes to the like where you like I feel like if I were to do like a power ranking of the Daily Crow callers, if I did that weekly, you would be pretty upset if you weren't number one.
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah. You would think of yourself as, in your words, chopped liver, I believe.
Right.
Right.
Because one of them said that top caller was Robbie, and I'm like, what the hell, am I chopped liver? You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. So Robbie's the king, you're the queen, I'm the top king.
Hey, I should be the only queen on this radio station.
The only queen. Rebecca is calling out everyone.
All the way from Tennessee. Am I right, Chris?
I think you're right. I'm just, yeah. I'm just. You have the floor, Rebecca. The floor is yours.
No, Skylar, you want...
Travis Allen wants to know, who do you like more, Clemson or Tennessee?
Dislike.
Or yeah, who do you dislike more, Clemson or Tennessee?
I dislike both.
You got to pick one. Who do you like? Who do you dislike more, Clemson or Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Okay. I'm sure living up there is kind of what does that for you. Living in Tennessee.
Right. Damn phone's ringing off the hook. It gets really annoying when you got people calling you like you ain't got
You're Miss Popular over there. Miss Popular.
I'll tell you that.
Hey, let me ask you a question, by the way, Rebecca. If we're sticking to hierarchical ranking, you said you're the queen, Robbie's the king, I'm the top king. Does that make everybody else peasants? That's what Travis Lee wants to know. He says the rest of us are peasants. Or serfs, as they were known. I don't know if you knew that. Serfs, I believe. Let me make sure I'm not wrong here. Yes, an agricultural laborer bound under the feudal system to work on his lord's estate. A serf was like a damn slave, basically. serf, peasant, whatever. So I don't think we're going to label everybody else as peasants, right? I mean, that's a little harsh. A little harsh, I think.
No, but I would think we do that with DGD.
Yeah, well, DGD can be a peasant. That's fine. He's a Georgia fan. Sorry about it, DGD. It is what it is, my guy. You got to live with it.
Basically. I mean, if you're not for South Carolina, that's what you get.
Hmm. That's a fact. If you're not a Gamecock, that's what you get coming in here. Tyler Noel says, and I agree with Tyler. We got to get you. We got to get you and Robbie on a call together, like a little 3-way call. I'm telling you, I think
when?
I don't know when, but at some point we got to have Robbie and Rebecca both on a call.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Honestly,
I'll do it if
I'll
Robbie
just
doesn't.
remove myself, and you and Robbie just take the show away and just do the damn thing. Just do it.
It wouldn't bother me.
The Robbie and Rebecca show. Robbie and Rebecca take over the Daily Crow. What a day that would be.
I'm wondering if anybody would love that out there. That'd be awesome if we could. You know what I'm saying, Chris?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Ratings through the roof. But the ratings would be good or bad?
Oh, they'd be great. That's what he means. Rebecca, side note question. You said earlier that you should be the only queen of this radio station. Totally fine. I'm just trying to work through this in my brain logistically. What if, hypothetically, TSUS, me, what if hypothetically I ran into a situation where I got a girlfriend. She was like Miss TSUS, and she called in. And she was like, I'm the queen of the radio station. Then how do we solve that problem in a hypothetical world?
Well, I don't know what. Then I'll just, drop down.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm not going to put no competition on somebody.
But you're extremely competitive, Rebecca. You're extremely competitive.
I mean, seriously, if you did have a girlfriend, I'll back off. You've been seeing pictures on my Facebook. I got a boyfriend now.
What? Rebecca, congratulations. That's incredible.
And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, my boyfriend is a Gamecock fan.
He is a game. Good. You picked a good one. You picked a damn good one, Rebecca. Proud of you. Proud of you.
Gamecock fan, and he's 48 years old.
I'd be damn. 48 years young, you mean?
He's a good man to me.
I'm glad to hear it, Rebecca.
We just broke the ice that we told everybody on Facebook. We've been in a relationship for at least 6 months, but it never did get put out there until a friend of mine broke the ice on it.
Uh-huh.
So if it wasn't for her, then probably wouldn't know anything. But yeah, I was just kidding around about, asking the guys and stuff, on the radio station.
I know, Rebecca.
About,
we have a lot of fun here, Rebecca.
about the guys and stuff, and asked if they're married or not and all that. I was just kidding around.
It's all in good fun, Rebecca. It's all in good fun.
I wanted to put that clear because I didn't want anybody to take me the wrong way.
Indeed.
Yeah. But anyway, I just thought I'd call in because I know I didn't call in yet, so.
Well, Rebecca, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I know we'll talk again soon.
Yep. I hope you have a good day, Chris.
I appreciate it. You too, Rebecca. Take care. Thanks so much. Great stuff from Rebecca as always. Great stuff. Truly. Robbie and Rebecca, this is no knock on any other callers, obviously, but Robbie and Rebecca, they make all of our day. You know what I mean? They make all of our day. I mean, really, truly, it's a special thing. Guys, we're going to jump into one final break here on the Daily Crow, but I do want to continue to hear from you, more of your questions, comments, calls, and more. On the other side, you're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. Ya Mule tweeted lower level section 3 season ticket $2,200. That is a ripoff from hell. Yeah. I hear you. Flip a flip some tickets, but 2,200 is aggressive. Anyways, guys, less than 10 minutes to go. Like I told you all, we'll be back tomorrow on the Daily Crow, normal noon to 2. Podcast will drop tomorrow. Also, a full breakdown and preview of the weekend against Kentucky. We will also stream tonight at 6 o'clock. Our Road to Glory series will continue with Spencer Rattler. So a lot of exciting stuff happening. Again, stay tuned to all the content. Of course, content bleeding out the eyeballs. John Kruger says football-related. NFL schedule for each team is released tonight. Yeah, that'll be exciting. That'll be very, very exciting. So. Let's see. Gamecock fanatic, can Josiah Seitler come back next year? Yes, Josiah actually can come back. I can't remember if it's the COVID year or if he's just got another year, but yes, he can come back from my understanding. You know, I would have said it was a no-brainer he was coming back about a month ago, but I tell you what, man, the way he's torn up SEC play, the way he's torn up SEC pitching, I mean, he's crushed it, man. He's crushed it. So. Again, guys, we are here taking your questions, your comments, your calls. 5 minutes to go. Let's see. Marion R26 says she would be top queen and Rebecca the queen. Good point, Marion. She would be top queen. That's a good point. That's a good point. Anyways, guys, I really do appreciate each and every single one of you. You guys tuned in, especially those that call in, but all you guys that leave comments. You know, again, you really, I don't just say this. It's not just lip service. You guys really do make the Daily Crow what it is. I mean, without your love and support and you guys' interaction and all that good stuff, there's just, you know, you guys make the Daily Crow. You do. TSUS would not be what it is and what it's becoming without you all, as I always say. So, again, I truly do appreciate you. Some exciting things, really, really exciting things happening behind the scenes, guys. Also, each and every single Wednesday, dropped the first one yesterday, I will be dropping a weekly newsletter. Probably going to be video a lot of the time because I prefer video content. You know, you guys probably wonder, why do I do so much video? Why do I do so much video? Why do I do so much video? And it's because I enjoy video. It's you know, writing articles is a bit tedious, or it can be a bit tedious. So, but either way, I'm going to be dropping a weekly newsletter every single Wednesday on the Big Cock Club behind our Patreon wall to give folks an update, to give you guys an update and keep you updated, those who are invested in the business. And if you're in the Big Cock Club, of course, you are invested in the health of this business. just to keep you updated what's going on behind the scenes in regards to business. There's some really, really exciting things we're working on right now. Some initiatives we're pushing, as we go into summer and we go into the football season, and things are moving and evolving very, very quickly. And I'm excited for it, man. I'm really excited for it. And, I'm always trying to evolve and grow and improve and enhance things and make things better for you all, make things better for the end consumer, obviously. So again, man, I just can't say thank you all enough, because again, without you guys loving sport, man, I'm just so grateful. I get to wake up every single day and pursue my passions and dreams and aspirations, and it's all because of you guys. And it's literally because of you guys. So again, thank you all so much, man. I can't say enough. I can't say enough good things. I really can't. Let's see. Yeah, outside of that, man, like I said, a little bit of a slower Thursday, but Gamecocks baseball should be dropping their primer for the weekend. I would assume South Carolina is going to go with the same weekend rotation: Brett Thomas, Noah Hall, Will Sanders. And again, I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I still don't agree with it. I won't agree with it throughout the entire season. And heck, there's only 2 more weekends left, but, whatever. I'm not the coach, so. Arian R26 says, secret lovers, that's what we are, trying so hard to hide the way we feel. I'm singing over here. Good stuff. Love to hear it. Got you, Marion. Got you, my friend. Again, guys, we do have a lot of content today. Content truly bleeding out the eyeballs. Yeah, excited for you guys to see it all. And yeah, like I said, we're going to stream tonight live at 6 o'clock. It's going to be on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I highly suggest you subscribe on Twitch and tune in there, because like I said, guys, YouTube has crashed on us a bit. Twitch is where you get video game content. Like, it makes the most sense to be on Twitch. You know what I mean? So, yeah. We are going to do it tonight, though. It's 6 o'clock. I'm not sure exactly how long we're going to go. Definitely going to go at minimum an hour. Will we go a full 2? I'm thinking probably more like an hour and a half, maybe an hour. We can get a couple games in an hour. So I don't know exactly how long we'll go, but definitely tune in. Going to be a lot of fun. 6 o'clock tonight. And just stay tuned for when we're going to do the Road to Glories, because like I said, guys, I'm not doing those during the Daily Crow anymore. I really wanted to separate it, and because I love what the Daily Crow is, and I don't really want to take away from that. But, guys, we've hit 2 o'clock. Appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you all so much again for the love and support, guys. Stay tuned to all the content. Podcast dropping tomorrow. TDC tomorrow. And, of course, we'll have us a hell of a Friday, and we'll lock in as the Gamecocks take on Kentucky in baseball. Guys, again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and we will talk to you